Picture this. A 50-meter tall stainless steel skyscraper screams through Earth's atmosphere at 28,000 kilometers per hour, glowing red hot, belly flopping like a daredevil diver, then boom, flips upright for a pinpoint landing. This is SpaceX's Starship, and its re-entry maneuver is one of the most mind-blowing stunts in spaceflight. But why does Starship do this insane belly flop and flip instead of just coming down nose first like a sci-fi rocket? Is it just Elon Musk showing off, or is there genius behind this madness? Stick around because we're diving deep into the physics, engineering, and sheer audacity of Starship's re-entry. And trust me, there's a twist you won't see coming. Hey Rocketeers, welcome back to Rocketry, your go-to channel for all things spaceflight, where we break down the coolest tech propelling humanity to the stars. Today we're tackling one of the most asked questions about SpaceX's Starship. Why does it belly flop and flip during re-entry instead of descending vertically like, say, a Falcon 9? This maneuver looks wild, but it's a game changer for reusable rockets, Mars missions, and maybe even your future trip to space. We'll unpack the science, the engineering, and a surprising reason this method might save Starship's bacon. Plus, there's a cliffhanger coming that'll make you rethink re-entry forever. Let's ignite those raptors and dive in. First, let's break down what's happening. When Starship re-enters Earth's atmosphere from orbit, it's moving at hypersonic speeds, about 7.8 kilometers per second, or 17,000 miles per hour. That's fast enough to circle Earth in under an hour. Unlike a capsule or a winged shuttle, Starship doesn't glide or plummet nose first. Instead, it tilts its broad, flat side, its belly, toward the atmosphere, falling like a skydiver doing a belly flop. Its four flaps, two at the nose and two at the tail, act like rudders, adjusting its angle to control descent. Then, at the last moment, it performs a dramatic flip, igniting its Raptor engines to land vertically, either on a pad or, in the future, caught by Mechazilla's chopsticks. This belly flop maximizes drag, slowing Starship down while exposing its heat shield to the fiery plasma of re-entry. The flip transitions it to a powered landing, something no other spacecraft this size has ever done. But why go through all this trouble? Why not just come down vertically, engines first, like a rocket in a 1950s comic book? To answer that, we need to talk about the biggest enemy of re-entry: heat. The belly flop isn't just cool, it's a clever way to manage speed and heat, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Okay, so why not skip the acrobatics and descend engines first like Falcon 9 does for its booster landings? It sounds simpler, right? Well, there are three big problems with a direct vertical descent for Starship. Problem 1, heat management. Re-entry generates insane temperatures, up to 2,000 degrees Celsius, because of atmospheric friction compressing air into plasma. Starship's belly is covered with thousands of ceramic heat shield tiles, designed to take this beating. If it came down nose first, or engines first, the Raptor engines and upper structure would be exposed to that heat. Those engines are precision machines, not built to withstand plasma torching. The belly flop spreads the heat across a larger surface area, protecting critical systems. Problem 2, drag and deceleration. A vertical descent with Starship's narrow nose or tail facing down would slice through the atmosphere like a dart, staying fast too long. The belly flop maximizes drag, slowing Starship down higher in the atmosphere where the air is thinner, reducing peak heating. Think of it like a leaf falling flat versus a stick falling point first. Data from SpaceX's Integrated Flight Test 5 showed the belly flop reduced peak heating by about 18% compared to a steeper profile. Problem 3, fuel and stability. A vertical descent would require firing the Raptors much earlier to slow down, burning tons of fuel. Starship's designed for efficiency. Every kilogram of fuel saved means more payload to Mars. The belly flop lets gravity and drag do most of the deceleration, saving fuel for the final flip and landing burn. Plus, controlling a 50-meter rocket falling engines first at hypersonic speeds is like balancing a pencil on its eraser in a windstorm. The belly flop's flat orientation, with flaps adjusting pitch and roll, is inherently more stable. But here's the kicker. The belly flop isn't perfect. It's risky, and SpaceX has had to overcome some serious challenges to make it work. Which brings us to our cliffhanger. What if I told you the belly flop could destroy Starship if one tiny thing goes wrong? There's a critical flaw in this maneuver that SpaceX is racing to fix, and it's tied to the most dramatic moment of reentry. Don't go anywhere. We're about to reveal what could make or break Starship's future. Welcome back, Rocketeers. The cliffhanger is this. The flip maneuver, the moment Starship transitions from belly flop to vertical, is insanely hard to pull off. Here's why it's both a challenge and a stroke of genius. During the belly flop, Starship's flaps are fighting hypersonic airflow, adjusting to keep it stable. But when it's time to flip, those flaps have to move precisely while enduring forces up to 10 Gs and temperatures that can melt steel. In early tests like Integrated Flight Test 4, we saw flaps burning and tiles flying off. Check out this clip where Starship's flap literally looked like it was melting. SpaceX's X-Post later confirmed they redesigned flap hinges and moved them to reduce plasma exposure. The flip itself is a high-stakes ballet. Starship pitches up using flaps and cold gas thrusters, then ignites its Raptor engines in a split second to stabilize vertically. If the timing's off or if a flap jams, Starship could tumble or miss its landing. Data from X shows fans obsessing over IFT-11's smoother flip, with SpaceX tweaking the trajectory to reduce stress by banking turns, cutting thermal loads by 15%. So why stick with this risky move? Because it's the key to Starship's reusability. The belly flop protects the rocket during the hottest part of reentry, and the flip enables a precise, powered landing, whether on Earth, Mars, or the Moon. Unlike the space shuttle, which needed runways, Starship can land anywhere with a flat pad or Mechazilla's arms. This combo makes Starship the first fully reusable rocket capable of carrying 150 tons to orbit and returning without a major overhaul. The belly flop and flip aren't just stunts. They're the secret sauce for making space travel as routine as air travel. SpaceX's data from recent flights shows they've cut tile loss by 30% and flap damage by half, proving this wild maneuver is getting tamer with every test. So why should you care about Starship's belly flop and flip? Because this maneuver is paving the way for humanity's multiplanetary future. The ability to re-enter, flip, and land precisely means Starship can deliver massive payloads to Mars for a colony, return astronauts from the Moon for NASA's Artemis program, or even ferry passengers point to point on Earth in under an hour. Every successful flip, like we saw in recent tests, brings us closer to a rocket that's fully reusable, slashing launch costs from millions to thousands of dollars. And here's the final payoff. SpaceX's belly flop isn't just about surviving reentry, it's about mastering it. By tackling the toughest part of spaceflight head-on, SpaceX is rewriting the rules. But they're not done yet. The next big test? Catching Starship with Mechazilla's chopsticks. Will they nail it, or will the belly flop bite back? That's a story for another video. If you loved diving into Starship's wild re-entry with us, smash that like button to fuel our rocket engines, and subscribe to Rocketry with notifications on so you don't miss our next deep dive. Drop a comment below. What's the craziest thing about Starship's flip to you? Want us to cover Mechazilla's catch or Mars landing plans next? Let us know, and let's keep exploring the cosmos together. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars, Rocketeers.